go ahead and welcome down here the members of Archimedes Media Lab, Johnny Bones, Eric Zapata, Johnny.
Hello everyone, thank you so much for coming at such short notice and a late Monday night. That's very kind of you. This is really cool for all of us. You're really making this night very special. So yes, I'm going to move in a little bit.
There's no light now.
Sorry, cool. So we are a group of filmmakers and special effects artists, and we focus on producing sci-fi, fantasy, and horror productions, and we try to do the whole spectrum, kind of like a young Jim Henson Studios. So we produce our own content, and we also do the effects for our own content, and sometimes we do the effects for other people's films as well. So we do everything in-house, with everything from the digital effects to the practical effects. And we're just kind of a team, and so we just kind of want to show you guys a little bit of what we have achieved in the past 3 years. We started this 3 years ago. We were fresh out of film school, and we've just been working really hard and diligently at just trying to hone in on our craft and to get better at what we do. And this is what tonight's all about, is to finally show you guys what we can do and what we're going to do and what we have done. And the first project is the first thing that we've done in Austin, which was a little music video for the band The Please Please Me, and we did it in 1 week with a little pink puppet. It's really fun. And then the main event is Point of Interest. Point of Interest was our first narrative film that we made in Austin. We raised the money on Kickstarter. It took about almost 2 years to finish, and we raised about $8,000 to make it. And we were really young when we did it, and we're really proud of it for what it is. It's a really goofy B movie. That's really what it is. But it's fun and cute. And then you'll see some of the making of our project. So not only are you going to see the finished projects, but you're going to see the behind the scenes of how we do these things at our Creature Shop. And then the last thing you'll see is our most recent project, or rather the making of that project, and that will be released later this year. And it's the one that showcases our most recent achievements in visual effects and practical effects and puppetry. So after that, we'll do the Q&A, and we'll do the raffle. We're raffling off the little Audrey 2 that's out there. And then after that, we're going to play a little Shop of Horrors just for fun. So anything you guys want to add?
I don't think so.
All right, we'll talk to you more at the Q&A. Thank you again for everyone. Oh, actually, I want to make sure, Aaron Coots, thank you so much for, this guy really just handled everything for us at this. I want to do a shout out to one of our best friends, and I seriously don't know how I would function without this man, Andrew Baird. That man is my hero. The Alamo Drafthouse for just letting us do this. Chris, Bobby, and Angel, you guys are fantastic. And Chris Phipps, our producer, he's up there in the corner. That man's our hero. Brent Bumpers, next to him. Thank you, Brent Bumpers. Phil and Jared. Phil and Jared, you guys, without you. Kaylee and Hans, you guys seriously started my career. Thank you guys so much. You're awesome. Richard Zapata, Michael Faust, and Harv, who's been taking all your tickets. Harv's the man. Joel, thank you very much. Joel. Meredith Jones from Hawkfly, she's helped us out greatly. And Sylvia Zapata, thank you. Thank you guys.
Possibly cool. So anyway, intro again. Johnny Bones, Sarah and Teresa Dinka.
Teresa and Sarah. Yeah. Teresa and Sarah are from Pittsburgh, and there's this school in Pittsburgh started by Tom Savini, a legendary effects artist, and yeah. And he has a program right outside of Pittsburgh for special effects, obviously, and there was a new film program. And Eric and Sarah took the special effects program, and Teresa and I took the film program. And we all met while we're there, and just being surrounded by monsters and creature effects and stuff. And that's what inspired us. I think all of us, Lord of the Rings and anything Jim Henson and stuff. Eric and I are like diehard Ninja Turtle fans. So anything like that, is kind of, we were surrounded by it, and we just wanted to make those films, and we just kind of found each other through that school. And I was offered to direct a little piece of an Edgar Allan Poe anthology. Some of you who got here early probably saw a little bit of it. It's the one with the little puppet cat and the scary Edgar Allan Poe makeup. That was the first film I ever made, and these guys helped me make it, and we're like, hey, we really like each other. We should keep doing this. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm going to pass it down if anyone wants to add anything about that.
I don't know if I have anything to add. I realized how bad that just looked. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I was just going to say, I don't know if I have anything to add to that, but Aaron, I didn't realize you would be introducing us that way, and I just want to say I've never felt cooler in my life. So it's
If you watch this, you should feel pretty cool. So.
Awesome.
Eric, no. Eric, you don't have to. It's okay. I will say, I have to put Eric on the spot though. I will say one thing about the turtles thing. If you haven't seen the turtle that you sculpted, that picture's available. That's awesome.
Oh.
But he hasn't actually ever seen that.
People didn't. I really thought it was cool. But so I put it on Facebook, and someone gave it to like Latino Review or like one of those movie review websites, and said it was like a leaked picture from the new Michael Bay Ninja Turtles. And this was like way before Michael Bay was even like really attached to the project, and so like the whole internet like blew up. They were like, we got the inside scoop on the new Ninja Turtle movie, and they look like real turtles. And a lot of people were really upset, and a lot of people thought it was cool. But then I wrote a Latino Review and said it was my school project, and everybody felt dumb. But I felt super duper cool. And if we ever get to do it, I'm sure Johnny will direct a Ninja Turtles movie, and I better make the turtles for it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We talk about making a Ninja Turtles movie like every day. So.
Now with the new one out, does that make you more want to make one? Because
Absolutely,
so
we need to fix this.
Yeah.
We need to fix this right now.
Yeah, it's really cool though. It has like, if you notice, you'll see it has a kind of like a pointy nose and all this. And I remember seeing it, I think virally through that. And then somebody told me what was going on. I was like, oh, small world. So okay, so a second question then. So well, first off, kind of parlaying into what we just saw here at the end. So when can we see more of what this project is, and when is that coming around?
So the last project, the making of that we showed, it's for a friend of mine, like in the little mini doc, and it's the one where we just threw everything in the kitchen sink at it. We're like, okay, we learned so much that we had, and or that we've done in the past, and we just want to throw it all in there. Full creature suit, full puppet, awesome photography by Andrew Baird. Actually, Andrew, come on down here.
Yeah, Andrew should come down.
Andrew needs to come down here.
We need some ginger love.
Andrew has been just amazing for our group, honestly. He's a part of our family for sure. So Andrew is our director of photography. He's amazing. He shoots a lot of stuff in town. But
Shoots my stuff too.
Yes.
Andrew is, he really is great. He really is great.
But man, where was I on that? Oh yeah, we just wanted to make something that was full, like on the Red Epic the whole time, using the big boy toys and all that stuff. And the problem with that though is we kind of ran out of funding a little bit. So there's a ton of special effects to finish. It's all edited and everything, but we're just removing all the wires from the puppet, and I need to add in the blinks and stuff. But we've had to fill in gigs to pay the bills and stuff. But it seems like it's going to be totally finished in a month and a half.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited. It's super, super cool. I mean, I had already seen some of the big stuff. I think Baird had shown me a couple of things with what you had sculpted, Eric, but I had never seen the puppet, and I just thought the little eyes and everything, that was
awesome.
An amazing touch. That was so cool.
Thank you.
Cool.
She's definitely, I think, all of our favorite creations that we've made creature-wise. I think that was my favorite thing we've ever filmed ever. And we filmed it in our kitchen, which was kind of fun. Yeah, the whole thing. The whole miniature set and the leaves and everything, it's just in a kitchen. We weren't outside. It was pretty fun.
Magic of filmmaking.
Yes.
Cool. So, well, again, so point of interest, that was fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank
Second time
you.
around, it was still great. So, now tell us about, you won an award at Polygrind. You were there. So how did that go? And that whole process.
So point of interest was just us, before we moved to Texas, we all kind of like went back home and did some like interning a little bit. Eric went to an effects shop that's really popular in Ohio with Sarah, and then Teresa and I went back to Vegas, and we were like first ADs on some feature films just to get our feet wet in the industry and stuff. And none of us really liked it at all. And we're like, man, we need to go to our original plan and move to Texas and like start this up. And we were just like, what is gonna be our first project? Like, what's it gonna be? And we had no idea. And then I'm gonna leave it to Eric because he said this really dumb joke that inspired the whole thing.
Hey guys,
Kind of a brilliant joke, actually.
it's me, Eric. So yeah, we were all sitting around in our first apartment, our really little ghetto apartment, and we were like, what's going to be our first project? And I was like, I have an idea. And me and my friends, the characters in the movie are named Shannon and Alan. They're named after my real life best friends, Shannon, Cromer, and Alan, to be honest, who couldn't make it tonight. But I used to make like fun little goofy movies in high school with those guys, and we would always just joke around, and we grew up loving like Mystery Science Theater, so we would just like make it a point to get together, watch bad movies, and make fun of them, make jokes. And I always thought it'd be funny to do like in like Terminator and like all these God, what's the movie when all the appliances come to life and like
Maximum Overdrive.
Maximum Overdrive, right? Thank you, random man.
I was gonna say batteries not included.
Is it Brand? Brand Bumpers is not a random man. Maximum Overdrive. So like when technology just overruns humanity, and I love like the social commentary and that and stuff. But I was like, what if instead of being like cool badass robots, it was like computer monitors with just like wiry hands and legs that just like walked around and didn't look cool at all, and it kind of looked goofy. And Johnny was like, I think I can make a story out of that. And then him and Teresa and Sarah and all of us just like kind of threw a bunch of like ideas in the blender. And then Teresa came up with the first draft of like the story. And it was just like, I was like, holy crap, they made a movie out of it, out of this joke. And that's where Rhonda comes from with like her wiry arms and stuff. Except the only real difference is it does not look dumb. It looks super badass. And I was like, oh my gosh, this actually looks really cool. And that's mainly due to Johnny's amazing visual effects talent. And we had a really great puppet on set, but as y'all saw, like in the behind the scenes, there was a lot of lights and stuff on the actual puppet that you couldn't see in the daylight because it all got washed out. So we had to save that with the visual effects after, and Johnny just like brought that puppet to a whole new level, and it just looks awesome. And I've never seen it on the big screen before, so I was super stoked to see it for the first time in movie theater with you guys.
That's awesome. And now is that the project too where Baird first got involved with you all? Or
Yeah. So I shot 80% of Point of Interest. So I was the producer, director, DP, visual effects artist, editor, like kind of one of those situations. And I really needed the crew to help me co-produce it and create the effects and the puppets and stuff. And it was crazy because at the ending sequence, we've been filming for about a week, and I just realized there's no way I'm gonna be able to pull this off by myself for the fight sequence, being a DP director and stuff. I was messing up left and right already. Like, it got really rough for me. So we were looking for a director of photography, and I went to the Austin Film Meet, and Andrew goes up there and he says, I'm a director of photography. And that was the first time I've ever heard anyone say it like that. Like everyone usually just says, I'm a general filmmaker, I can do this and this and that. It was like the first time, like, I'm a director of photography. I'm like, he must be the guy I need to talk to. So I messaged him, and I was really nervous. And I was like, because the stuff we've been filming was just like, I didn't even know what kind of movie I was making. It was just like, I wanted to make a dumb, fun movie because it's inspired by Killer Clowns from Outer Space and things like that. But it was just like, this guy's going to think I'm like really stupid with the content. And I pitched him the movie, and he was like, yeah, we'll do it. You want to shoot it on the Red? Because we've been shooting it, the whole movie was shot on the Canon 7D. And it was like, yeah, we can shoot it on the Red. I was like, yeah, let's bump it up a notch.
But we played it cool. We were like, yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, this was all behind closed doors,
that sounds
On the
good.
phone, I'm like, yeah, I guess we could. I guess. Close the door, hang up the phone. Oh my god! But it was really cool. So Andrew's actually really, taught me about new technology and stuff like that, shooting on bigger equipment, and I don't know, been an awesome contribution to our lives here. So thanks, man.
Aw.
Yeah.
I will say that he still does demand to be called director of photography. So I'm actually in post, and I asked him to edit, and I said, "What's your title?" He's like, "Director of photography." Like not cinematographer, no, director of photography.
They're different. Okay, they are different. I just want to say that I may have gone up there and said, "My name is Andrew Baird, and I am a director of photography," but not like that. Not like that.
That's my extreme version.
No, it was really cool though. I mean, it was a defining moment for me because these guys were actually doing something different in town from anything I've ever been approached with before. And it was ridiculous enough that there was, if I said no, I mean, that would have been the dumbest mistake I've ever made. Biggest mistake, whatever. But yeah, like I was sold from like the very first moment, because when Johnny gets excited and he pitches something, he does this. He's like, okay, so there's this robot, and then there's this guy, and I was like, how can I not work with this director? He's got so much energy. So that's what sold me, but.
Awesome. So it's funny, you actually touched on one of my questions, Eric, when you were talking about, I was curious when you're looking at this thing about machines taking over, and we were talking about the societal aspects of it, and I had a question about, is this just a fun thing, or did you actually have like a idea behind it that was some societal story that you wanted to tell about machines and our dependency on all this? And
I wish I could say yes, but no. I just thought it would look funny
I thought
to have wires coming out of a box. But I will say that's where the idea started. But the screenwriter may have something different to say about
I
it.
was just gonna say I can add to that. I actually, a big reason why I love this joke so much was because I kind of, I do have that mindset, and like only now, about like 6 months ago, have I actually started using a GPS. Like I buy atlases and I still have maps and things like that. And like I fought GPSs for so long. So when Eric said, "What about this like GPS that does this thing?" I was like, "That's perfect."
Oh, by the way, this is the voice and lips of Rhonda. Teresa.
I was gonna tell everybody that, but then I figured that no one would ever believe you.
Oh my. Do you have anything to expect?
so. Any questions from anybody in the audience? Sir, Eric?
What's next?
Oh, what's next? Well, we're finishing the music video. That's first priority, the last thing that we showed you with the fairy and the creature. After that, we have a couple projects actually in the works. Teresa and Sarah created a web series that we're going to be shooting the pilot for. And it's going to be comedy sci-fi. And actually, you could see the crazy cat lady sculpture that you saw when you were walking in. That's actually a character in that. So that gives you a little taste of what's going to be in that series. And then I'm getting into pre-production of my next short film, which we're all going to be a part of, and creating that. And that's going to be a space sci-fi comedy adventure. And lots of makeups, lots of practical effects, kind of an homage to my love of anything 80s. And
Captain EO.
yeah, very Captain EO, if you've ever been. Yeah, so very excited about that. We have a really big project that we've been developing, but it seems very hard to get funding for because it's actually kind of expensive. But there's this project that's kind of an homage to our love for movies like Legend and Hellboy and things like that. And one more sci-fi thriller, which will probably be the scariest thing we've done. It's way more like District 9, but scary. It's sci-fi and yeah. So we have 3 major projects, and it all kind of depends on which one gets funded first. But I think the comedy web series that Teresa and Sarah created is first in the pipeline.
Awesome. Anybody else? Yes, in the back.
Yeah, are you looking at crowdfunding all the rest of these, or are you going to go more traditional funding route?
Well, all of the shorts that we have lined up can be turned into features, but right now they're just short films as proof of concept. So we're thinking we want to start with crowdfunding first, but all the ideas that we have can actually be turned into features. So it all kind of depends on who we can meet first, because we can adapt any of these proof of concepts into a feature. Each one of them has an abundance of material that we can expand to something, and we really do want to actually move up to feature films, because we think we're getting close to that point to where we actually can get to the point of actually making feature films. Like, that's what we want to do. The shorts are really great. We're honing our skills with everyone, but obviously, like any filmmaker, we want to expand. We want to get bigger and actually have something theatrically released. That's the dream. So I hope that answered that question, kind of.
No, no.
Okay.
Anybody else? We have time for one more. Or not?
All right.
All right, it's okay. It's okay. Oh, never mind.
Oh.
For the writers, difference between draft one and final draft. What's the biggest difference that you usually see?
Usually the biggest difference between draft one and the final draft is draft one is terrible. And the final draft is not as terrible. The final draft is like something that I think other people can read and really get. Like, I always consider a successful first draft something that somebody can read and, like, you know, say they read it and they can see it on the screen. You know, oh, I can see this. I can see where this is going. But, like, it depends on the short itself, because as far as point of interest goes, the biggest difference between the first draft and the second draft was, or the final draft was that, there's more than 2 drafts, but the final draft was, everything was just a lot tighter. But, like, other things that I've worked on, I mean, characters change and, scenes are just completely taken out, and then, you know, you kind of just listen to the characters and they tell you what they want to do, and you kind of just have to listen to them. Like, the first draft is usually me, like, no, I want to tell this kind of story, and then the final draft is like, let the story tell itself, you know. I hope that kind of answers it, and we're kind of all over the place tonight. We're just really excited you guys like the movie.
No, that's great. I think it's something that anybody who's written enough knows how you kind of go through that process. You have to figure out a time where you have to stop. It's hard too with that. So, okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna raffle off a couple fun things that they've got, and let's do that first. So,
Sarah, you wanna be the
Yes.
All right.
these are insanely cool. I don't know if you've seen them yet.
Oh,
that Eric did, the
guys,
RB2s.
Can we get a little clap for Harv? He's our new
look
recruit.
at
He is helping us out, and he's a new member of Archimedes.
He's also one of our oldest friends, and
He went to school with us too.
He went to school with us and did a lot of sculpting and a lot of special effects on the Black Cat, that weird Blue's Clues on crack thing that we showed.
A really weird one.
Right.
So what we have first is a little Audrey too. Is this the first version of her?
Yes, that's the podling
Him?
Audrey.
Yeah, I guess.
Audrey too, when
So the podling
she first
Audrey.
appears. So she's the little shop. or,
Everybody's seen Little Shop, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
She's from
So if
the old
you've never seen
Chinese
this
names.
movie, if you've never seen this movie and we draw your number, you can't win.
so just lie.
Yeah.
That's the
Oh,
rules.
I'll let Andrew
Them's the rules.
Why am I picking? Because you're Asian.
So did you get that at J.C. Penney's or?
Yes, I made
This
it.
is from
This is handmade
Spencer's
by Eric Z.
Pennies. This
All right.
is from.
We have a ticket.
Read it.
Call it out.
Do you want this?
480168.
That's me.
Oh, sweet.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's my house, but that's awesome. I won one.
I can make
Oh
you
yeah.
one. I can make you
No, dude, we won. We won. Actually, we're good. Yeah, we're good.
I like you a little bit more.
I still hate
Still
you
not much.
mostly. But I'm trying to
We have something else.
And then we got one more. And then we have a bonus raffle of a Alamo Drafthouse gift card. So, going for it.
You do it.
You do it. I don't want to do it anymore.
Somebody take the responsibility. One.
4, 8, 0, 1, 5, 4.
This looks so rigged.
Yeah, this sounds like kind of rigged right now, doesn't it?
Guys, the
You know,
Where is it?
at least you didn't win, Johnny. So that's a start. So.
Who has? Do we?
I'll give it to you out there. Yeah.
I'll give it to you later.
Okay, cool.
Okay, awesome. So a couple of things just real quick. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take like a 5-10 minute break. We'll look at the timing real quick and make sure. And they're gonna be outside. So any of you that wanna have a few minutes just kind of mingle while the movie starts, but we're gonna go ahead and start the movie here in like 5 minutes. But feel free to go into the lobby here, have a beer, have a couple chats if you wanna talk film, whatever you wanna talk about. The filmmakers will be out there to chat with you. Also, for those of you that are here, and if you're gonna wrap up, please, again, the Drafthouse really went out of their way to help us out with this. So the very least we can do is make sure we are tipping and taking care of our wait staff here as best as possible. So please do that. Really appreciate it. It's our nice way of saying thank you to them. And but yeah, so we'll do that, and then we'll watch Little Shop of Horrors, which is pretty awesome.
Thank you
So
guys.
thank everyone.
Thank you.